So this chart behind me represent Black Monday that happened in the 80s. And a lot of people are calling that what just happened this past week and this past like whole sell-off resembles very much what happened during Black Monday. So they're expecting a huge sell-off coming to tomorrow. And unfortunately, guys, I would love that. I would love that. If you told me tomorrow we do this, I would be so happy, bro. I would be so happy. You make money on shorts all day long, easy. They buy the dip after a day or two. Like, it would be amazing. If I asked any of you guys, do you want to be in Black Monday, put you back in 1987 when it happened, you say, please, I'll put my whole life savings to buy those dips. But unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. And the number one reason this cannot happen is because now the market has something called circuit breakers. It would halt trading, as it would literally stop. You cannot short sell.
If it gets too crazy, they literally just going to pause the market. Like, I guess that's a little like cheating, but somehow it's not. That's like saying if they get 3 touchdowns on us in a row, we're going to just pause the game until next weekend. But yet again, he's saying it's going to go down. Maybe not as extreme as 87, but hey, now's the time. I'm going to put a little extra in it. I'm going to do a little extra sprinkling, Salt Bae style.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, these are some pictures from the original Black Monday, one of the worst stock market crashes in history in 1987. Worldwide losses were estimated to be $1.71 trillion. Now, the crazy thing is, because of today's time and inflation and whatnot, 2 days ago on Friday, the market lost $2 trillion. History repeats itself. If Black Monday happened once, I mean, it could happen again. What I'm saying is, if you've been saving and you've been diligent with your money, this week could be the best possible time to invest. And here it shows the biggest stock market crashes in history. The stock market crash of 1929, Black Monday, 1987. That's a huge gap of prosperity right there, Jesus. Dot-com bubble in 1999, financial crisis in 2008, COVID crash in 2020, and the Trump tariff crisis in 2025. That's what we're in right now. Brace up, grab your seat and get ready. It's live. It's happening right now, right in front of us, okay? Temu's not about to be cheap anymore, so get the last of your knickknacks and understand this is the end of it. This is the end. And lo and behold, we all survived, and in many instances are better off than we were before the crash. First response says, are you sure about that? Definitely sure it's going to be better. Everything has been way overinflated. Yep, there are bubbles in plenty of markets that have to burst at some time. It's better it's done controlled than unexpectedly. We will be fine in a few months. If that's the case, then yeah, maybe you don't have to necessarily invest this week, but understand you better start that portfolio now if you don't got nothing. Now is the time. We're getting discounted stocks. Buy it, discounted funds. Get your skin in the game and get it deep as you possibly can.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Someone said, I've been alive for 5 of these. Me, I've been alive for 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been alive for 4. Stock market's not crashing. It's not even down 20% yet. Financial markets often correct between 10 and 20% historically. This is not a crash. Stock market has lost $9.6 trillion since Trump took office. How much worse does it have to get before you admit we got a clown in the White House? It's not lost, okay? If the market goes back up, that value is regained, okay? It's fucking regained. It's not lost. If the financial market goes back up, the value is fucking regained. Financial market very often over the last century have corrected up to 20%. In 2022, under Biden, the market corrected 20%. Relax, bud. You're not who you think you are. Someone said, LOL, Black Monday was overrated, but I'm positively sure that people back then got rich on that too. Somebody's always out here getting rich on a dip, and let it be you this time. Someone said I was worried about Black Monday until I saw Jim Cramer predicted it. So the stocks will probably actually rise.
Tomorrow could be another possible Black Monday. I was a stockbroker the last time in 1987, Black Monday, and I remember the phone calls. I remember the panic, and everybody was really, really worried. And that was the day that I bought MCI, I bought Microsoft, and I bought Apple Computer. So just know that tomorrow is going to be probably scary. Could we have another Black Monday tomorrow? Absolutely. But try to understand that this might be an opportunity. If you have some money set aside and you can buy certain companies on the way down, companies that are leaders in their categories.
All right.
If you can do that and try to stay calm, you have the opportunity to be able to make some money. Now, I know that sounds like a crazy thing when everything's going to be so hectic tomorrow.
It doesn't sound crazy. The only crazy part about it is, could this be the beginning of the downfall of the entire market? That's the only worry about it. the market seems to always correct itself, okay? So we know it'll get better. So yeah, if you have any extra money, put that in right now. Sprinkle a little bit in, okay? It's about to go down. It's going down today. It's going down tomorrow. Throw a little money in. These tariffs are messing everything up for the now time, but that's the perfect time to step into the market.
Try not to get too scared. Try to keep a level head. And if you can afford to, on the way down, go ahead and try to too scared. Hectic tomorrow. But try not to get too scared. Try to keep a level head. And if you can afford to, on the way down, go ahead and try to buy on the way down. I'm going to be buying companies like The Win, NVIDIA, some food companies. I think they show some real promise. I would stay away from oil companies for right now because I think they're headed for a real rough time.
Yeah, I feel them, but right now I almost have a little bit of regret for being, slightly more aggressive for the past month that has been going down. Because no, I'm like, I could have just waited till now to get it completely discounted. But hindsight is 2020. The MAGA followers don't listen. When they do listen, they don't understand. When they understand, they don't believe. When they believe, they don't care. Damn, what did MAGA have? He didn't bring anything up about MAGA. I feel like this is different than 1987 because we have an unpredictable lunatic at the realm.
Is tomorrow, April 7th, going to be the next Black Monday? Short answer, yes. I believe that the market is going to halt trading by noon. And I mean halt trading for the day. What you're going to see happen is when the markets open, they're going to tank immediately. And I believe within the first hour, they're going to fall 7%, triggering a 15-minute halt to trading. When that 15 minutes is up, they're going to continue to fall. And then another 15-minute halt is going to be put into place at 13%. It'll rebound 1 or 2% after that, but then it will go right back down. And once it hits 20% loss, it will shut down for the day. So while it's not going to hit the 22.6% that we saw on Black Monday in 1987, it's still going to be incredibly ugly. Brace yourselves. Seriously. I look forward to hearing how MAGA's going to spin this.
First comment says, I think we should call it Orange Monday after the man in the office above us. Orange is the new black. Wow. Japan already stopped trading on their market. Yeah. I'm 60 years old. I lived through 4 or 5 of these. I believe you are correct. This has been strategically planned again so they can skim off the top of the middle class. Anybody who can afford it. Somebody said, it's my birthday tomorrow. Could we not?
It's Joe from Georgia. So tomorrow morning when the stock market does open, you can pretty much expect it's going to really suffer tomorrow. The Dow Jones Industrial Futures for tomorrow morning are already down 1,600 points, about 4% of the value, and so is the S&P 500 as well as the NASDAQ. So the market got pummeled on Thursday and Friday of this week because of the tariffs that this administration put in. So now, with other countries following suit, it is scaring the investors. People are in a sell-off to have cash. They think cash will get them through what they need it to do, but what it's going to do is destroy so many people's retirements. I'll be honest, I'm one of those people who it's been a very expensive week to have a 401k that you've had for 30 years.
No, I wanted to put that video in to wrap this whole video up because, it makes me think of my pops and whatnot. For me, it's whatever. I see the market's going to go down, the market's going to go up. The people that should be most concerned about it are the people who are entering the retirements right now as the market's crashing. Like, this will single-handedly make you have to just maybe we got to work for another 2 years and then start withdrawing from our 401k because now is not the time. For me, whatever. I got a little ass 401k and I got a very long time ahead of me to contribute to that 401k. But for people who are nearing retirement, this is scary stuff right here. Like, I might have lost a couple little ass dollars, but people with huge 401ks just lost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, just like that. All right, I want to try something new here on this channel real quick. I want to read some comments that you guys left on previous videos. Now, I made a video about being house poor in 2025. Now, one of the comments from Sweet Steven 217 says, wait a while for housing to plummet. It's too expensive to buy any house right now or the last 10 years. Everything which comes with a house isn't worth it. If you lose your job on top of that, it sucks. Been there and sold mine. Rent short term, 6 month, and they fix everything, which can be expensive. Just make sure you demand to see the apartment you'll be living in before you sign the lease. They hate that, but too bad. Some won't do it, but that's when you walk out. I replied, I'm hoping at the end of this 12-month lease that this market will be down and my pockets will be up. Maybe. People cannot keep affording $2,000 plus rent across the board and keeping the grocery prices with everything else. The numbers aren't there, plus layoffs ongoing for millions with illegals getting evicted from the country. Those spaces must get filled by someone who can qualify for their minimum requirements times 3. Their rent, background checks, no evictions on record, good credit, and the list goes on. They'll run out of qualified candidates fast. Yeah, you think that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I appreciate you commenting, Steven, either way. I appreciate the dialogue that I'm having with you guys. And what I'd also appreciate is if you'd hit this next video right here. Go ahead, click this next video. YouTube thinks you should watch it. I think you should watch it. Win-win. I don't see why not. I don't see why you wouldn't hit the video.